Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining us for a final look back over the last 3 years. And tonight I'm going to revisit probably, I think this is one of my most favourite quizzes that I've done. And it wasn't because of the questions asked at the time. It wasn't really because of anything other than the fact that it was the world record breaking quiz. So on the first quiz that I wrote on 26th of March that went out, the last question was, what is the current world record for an online quiz? And it was 1,600. Now having looked at it, sort of later down the line, that actually involved a lot of people signing into devices, and I think Auto Trader might have recently broken that record with about 6,000 people. Anyway, so the wonderful people at Guinness, when people kept saying, "Look, surely this has got to be some kind of record," the wonderful people at Guinness World Records got in touch and said, "Yeah, do you know what? This could be a record. Do you want to do it? Let's go for it." So we did, and we set the date, and we went for it. It was week 6 and we broke the record, 182,513 connections. It was an incredible, incredible night, and it meant that I now have a Guinness World Record and a certificate with my name on. We've attempted other Guinness World Records further down the line, but the less said about those other 2 attempts, the better. Yes, I know. I'm still a bit upset about them, but I will have another go at it at some point. But it was also, having looked back on this, I didn't realise, for me, it was always about the Guinness World Record that night, and I've not watched that quiz back. So while going through, taking out the questions and the answers so that you haven't got all the other stuff that probably doesn't relate to anything, I realised it was also the night that we launched Patreon. So not only did we break a world record, it was an incredible emotional night when we launched our Patreon as well. And forever indebted to all of the Patreons who signed up, whether they've been with us for a month or whether they've been with us since day one. It's not just about the support they give, it's about the community that they have also created themselves, much like the YouTube live chat legends who have their own Facebook group. The Patreons have their own Discord server where they can get together, and they're an incredibly supportive bunch. So that was the day that not only did we break a world record, but the Patreon community was born as well. So I wanted to revisit that tonight. So you might see at times in some of the questions, you might see that there are tears in my eyes and I'm a little bit emotional, but that is to be expected from what an incredible night it was. So 50 questions as always, just a little caveat. So I've taken out the bits of, like the shout outs and stuff as I have done with the other quizzes so far this week. But again, there might be some things in between, like the questions that might not relate to anything at this point, 3 years later on. There might be a few other bits in there, and there's some J-isms in there as well, as you've come to expect from me. So yeah, just wanted to make you aware that, yeah, there might be some things that make no sense whatsoever now, 3 years later on. So 50 questions as always, we'll do it in the same format. I'll do 30, I'll come back in, have a chat, and then we'll go through answers. Same format you've known and loved for the last 3 years. So without further ado, let's hand over to Jay from 2020 as he went and embarked. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person. Let's hand over to me from 2020, week 6, as I embarked on trying to break a Guinness World Record. Jay, it's over to you.
Here we go. So round 1, TV and film. Let's get going. So question 1, who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? Is the starting line to which TV show's theme tune? So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? Is the starting line to which TV show's theme tune? Found the source of the hum. Question 2. What was the name of the cafe owner in 'Allo 'Allo? So what was the name of the cafe owner in 'Allo 'Allo? Number 3. The Big Breakfast launched in 1992 with Gabby Roslin and which other host? So The Big Breakfast launched in 1992 with Gabby Roslin and which other host? Question 4. What was the name of the MI5 BBC drama that launched in 2002 and ran for 10 series? So what was the name of the MI5 BBC drama that launched in 2002 and ran for 10 series? Question 5. Who wrote Killing Eve? So who wrote Killing Eve? So if you have just joined us and you've missed the first few questions, you can rewind, you can go back to the start of the questions. Question 6. Matt Damon was left for dead on Mars in which movie? So Matt Damon was left for dead on Mars in which movie? Question 7. Jamie Bell played the lead role in which British 2000s dance film? So Jamie Bell played the lead role in which British 2000s dance film? Question 8. Released in 1995, what was the name of the first completely computer animated film? So released in 1995, what was the name of the first completely computer animated film? Number 9. What was the name of the tower in Die Hard? The first one. Christmas movie. So what was the name of the tower in Die Hard? And finally, for TV and film, question 10. Liza Minnelli starred in which 1972 musical that was set in 1930s Berlin? So just so you're aware, we're just over 100 and, well, you can see it before me, but there's 177,000 people, which beats our own individual record. But yeah, that'll be a great record. Round 2. It's your sport and leisure round, and we kick off with this. Who scored England's last second winning drop goal in the 2003 World Cup final against Australia? So who scored England's last second winning drop goal in the 2003 World Cup final against Australia? Oh yeah, rugby union. That would make more sense. Yeah, so it's rugby union. I am pushing it as close to 30 seconds as I can. I've got a timer in the corner. Question 2. The Olympics have been rearranged to next year, but which month will they start? Is it May, June, or July? So the Olympics have been rearranged to, start again. The Olympics have been rearranged to next year, but what month will they start in? Is it May, June, or July? So which month will they start? Question 3. Who's won the most golf majors? So who's won the most majors in golf? Is it Tiger Woods or Jack Nicholson? It's not Jack Nicholson, it's Jack Nicklaus. There we go, first one of the night. It's not Jack Nicholson, it's supposed to be Nicholas. So who has won the most majors in golf? Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus? Nicholson. And he's off. If you watched the beer round on Wednesday, I gave away one of the answers. So I'll give you both answers to that, because obviously one of them's a bit obvious. Number 4. How many players are there on a standard volleyball team? So how many players are there on a standard volleyball team? Question 5. The boat race takes place between which two universities? So the boat race takes place between which two universities? And you've got to get both for the point, because a lot of people were asking me to mediate on them, so you need both for the point. So the boat race takes place between which two universities? Number 6. Which board game has a cheaters and an ultimate banking edition? So which board game has a cheaters and an ultimate banking edition? Question 7. Becoming is a 2018 book written by whom? So Becoming is a 2018 book written by whom? Question 8. Defying Gravity is a song from which musical? So Defying Gravity is a song from which musical? Number 9. Which UK city is the home of the National Rail Museum? So which UK city is the home of the National Rail Museum? Finally, for sports and leisure, number 10. In which board game would you find Miss Scarlet and Professor Plum? So in which board game would you find Miss Scarlet and Professor Plum? So that is your sports and leisure round. We've got one final round and something to tell you about, and then take a short break so you can put all your answers together. Let's go with music. Number 1. Which boy band returned after a 10-year hiatus in 2019 with their hit Hello My Love? So which boy band returned after a 10-year hiatus in 2019 with their hit Hello My Love? Number 2. What is Stormzy's real first name? So what is Stormzy's real first name? Question 3. Who said we could stand under her umbrella in 2007? So who said we could stand under her umbrella in 2007? Number 4. According to the title of the song, who did Katy Perry kiss in 2008? So according to the title of the song, who did Katy Perry kiss in 2008? Number 5. Who is Reginald Dwight better known as? So who is Reginald Dwight better known as? Question 6. She's got a brother. We don't get on with one another. But I quite fancy her mother, and I think that she likes me. Name the Oasis song. So she's got a brother. We don't get on with one another. But I quite fancy her mother, and I think that she likes me. So name the Oasis song. Question 7. Whitney Houston wanted to dance with who in the 80s? So what was the name of that song? Whitney Houston wanted to dance with who in the 80s? Number 8. What's Love Got to Do with It was an 80s hit for whom? So What's Love Got to Do with It was an 80s hit for whom? Number 9. Stairway to Heaven was a 1971 hit for whom? So Stairway to Heaven was a 1971 hit for whom? And finally then, question 10. Each morning I get up and die a little, can barely stand on my feet. Name the song. Forgot to put that bit in. But each morning I get up and die a little, can barely stand on my feet. Name the song.
So there we go. There's your first 30 questions. Slightly different format from back then. I forgot that it was entertainment and TV and film and all of that. I think a lot of people were quite glad when I condensed it into one round. As always with these, I'm not putting the stuff in the break, the 7-minute break that you normally get on the live quizzes. So if you want a bit more time to answer and put your answers together, just pause the video now or whenever you want and then restart it when you are ready. I did notice that from a couple of the pre-records that a lot of you actually were pausing at the same moment on the video, because you can see that in the YouTube stats. A lot of people were skipping stuff as well, which is looking at the analytics, it's been quite funny. Anyway, right, let's hand back over to me from 2020 and see how you scored on the first 30. Take it away.
Number 1. So, who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, is the starting line to which TV show's theme tune? It was Dad's Army. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you're thinking it? Anyway, number 2. What was the name of the cafe owner in Allo Allo? It was Rene. I'm not 100% sure I should have watched that as a kid, because it was, I've watched them recently and yeah. Anyway. Number 3, The Big Breakfast launched in '92 with Gabby Roslin, and which other host it was? Chris Evans. Number 3, what was the name of the MI5 BBC drama that launched in 2002 and ran for 10 series? It was Spooks. Just started watching that again. Forgot how good that was. Really, really good. Question 5, who wrote Killing Eve? It was Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Another great fundraiser for the NHS. I think did she raise over $1 million? I think. I was reading the other day. Number 6, Matt Damon was left for dead on Mars in which movie? It was The Martian. Number 7, Jamie Bell played the lead role in which British 2000s dance film? It was Billy Elliot. Went from stage to screen? Or the other way around? Number 8, released in 1995, what was the name of the first completely computer animated feature film? It was Toy Story. And it was also Pixar's first as well. Number 9, what was the name of the tower in Die Hard? It was the Nakatomi Plaza. And finally, number 10, Liza Minnelli starred in which 1972 musical? It was Cabaret. Round 2, Sports and Leisure. Number 1, who scored England's last second winning drop goal in 2003? It was Johnny Wilkinson. Number 2, the Olympics have been rearranged to next year, but which month? Which month will they start? It is July. Number 3, who has won the most majors in golf? Tiger Woods or... Well, let's start with this one first. So who's won the most majors in golf? Tiger Woods or Jack Nicholson? It says Jack Nicholson, but it's not. He's never won a golf major in his life. It's actually Tiger... Obviously, with that one, it'd be Tiger Woods. But if you were looking for the Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus, it is Jack Nicklaus. So, yeah. So you wouldn't get these mistakes. Oh, that's me. Wouldn't get these mistakes with a professional quiz host now, would you? Question 4. How many players on a standard volleyball team? It is 6. Question 5. The boat race takes place between which 2 universities? It's Oxford and Cambridge. And I said I'd mediate on this, so you need both for the point. Number 6. Which board game has a cheaters and an ultimate banking edition? It is Monopoly. Number 7, Becoming is a 2018 book written by whom? It was Michelle Obama. Number 8, Defying Gravity is a song from which musical? It was Wicked. Which UK city is the home of the National Rail Museum? It is York. And finally, number 10, in which board game would you find Miss Scarlet and Professor Plum? It is Cluedo. And then on to your music round. Number 1, which boy band returned after a hiatus, a 10-year hiatus even, in 2009? It was Westlife. Number 2, what is Stormzy's real first name? It's Michael. I think Michael Stormzy has a good ring to it. Number 3, who said we could stand under an umbrella? It was Rihanna. Number 4, according to the title of the song, who did Katy Perry kiss in 2008? It was a girl. Number 5, who is Reginald Dwight, better known as? It is Elton John, Sir Elton John. Number 6, she's got a brother. We don't get on with one another, but I quite fancy her mother, and I think that she likes me is the Oasis song. It is She's Electric. She's got a family full of eclectics. Number 7, Whitney Houston wanted to dance with who in the 80s? It was Somebody. Number 8, What's Love Got to Do With It? Was an 80s hit for Tina Turner. Number 9, Stairway to Heaven was a 1971 hit for whom? It was Led Zeppelin. And finally, number 10, Each Morning I Get Up and Die a Little, Can Barely Stand on My Feet is Somebody to Love by the incredible Queen.
So yeah, as you can probably imagine, those answers came after the first break when we launched Patreon, and it was a little bit emotional there, as you can imagine. Right, let's move straight in to rounds 4 and 5. Your final 20 questions from the record-breaking quiz. And I think during these questions, you can hear me talking about how the numbers are going up and up and up. As we hit that concurrent viewer number of 182,513. Right, here it is. 20 more questions. I'll see you after these.
Right, let's get going. Food and drink, round 4, question 1. In the USA, it is known as an eggplant, but what is it called in the UK? So in the USA, it is known as an eggplant, but what is it called in the USA? In the UK. So in the USA, it's known as an eggplant, but what is it called in the UK? Number 2, en croûte means what in French? So en croûte means what in French? Number 3, which sweet wanted us to taste the rainbow? So which sweet wanted us to taste the rainbow? Question 4. Which UK beer has a blue 5-pointed star on its label? So which UK beer has a blue 5-pointed star on its label? Number 5. What is the main seasoning, and I say the main seasoning, of goulash? Now I know a lot of you might make it in a different way, but there is a specific main seasoning that I found when I searched earlier. So what is the main seasoning of goulash? Number 6. What is the world's most manufactured drink? So what is the world's most manufactured drink? Number 7. Now you need all of these for the point if I'm mediating. So what are the 3 main ingredients you would need to make a mocha? So what are the 3 main ingredients you would need to make a mocha? And I'm not talking sugar. What are the 3 main ingredients? Number 8. How would you make the drink snakebite? So you need 2 things to make it. How would you make the drink snakebite? Number 9. What is unusual about a lawn sausage in Scotland? Probably worded that the wrong way around, haven't I? What is unusual about the Scottish lawn sausage? Or the lawn sausage in Scotland? Works both ways. It's very nice. And finally for round 4, number 10, what does gin get its predominant flavour from? So what does gin get its predominant flavour from? One thing I'd love to do is actually make gin from scratch, but apparently it's highly illegal in this country. After I looked, you have to pay a lot to HMRC, so we won't be doing that. Okay, so that's the end of your food and drink round. You know what's coming? It's round 5, it's general knowledge. Let's get you going then with question 1. What is the highest number used in standard Sudoku? So what is the highest number used in standard Sudoku? Number 2, where in the world would you expect to find a car with the vehicle registration code V? May have used this question already this week, but where in the world would you expect to find a car with the vehicle registration code V? Question 3. The logo for which popular app consists of a white telephone in a white speech bubble on a green background? So the logo for which popular app consists of a white telephone and a white speech bubble on a green background? Number 4. What was the name of the 4th book in the Harry Potter series? So what was the name of the 4th book in the Harry Potter series? Number 5. Moonshine was a slang term for what kind of beverage? So moonshine was a slang term for what kind of beverage? You don't need to go too specific on this. I mean, you can do, but you don't have to. Number 6. Who was the last UK act to win Eurovision? So who was the last UK act to win Eurovision? Number 7, true or false? The Bahamas is made up of 700 individual islands. So true or false? The Bahamas is made up of 700 individual islands. Number 8, the World Health Organization is based in which city? So the World Health Organization is based in which city? Number 9, Blue Moon, Hopelessly Devoted to You, and Summer Nights, are songs from which musical? So Blue Moon, Hopelessly Devoted to You, and Summer Nights are songs from which musical? And your last question of the night, unless you need a tie break. Number 10. In the Bible, who built the ark? So in the Bible, who built the ark?
So there we have it. That's all of your questions then from that record-breaking quiz. How do you think you're doing? How many of them do you remember? Or were you just not really paying any attention to the questions back in back on week 6? Was it more about getting involved? I mean, that's the thing. The world record attempt would not have been possible without you guys coming along and being a part of it. Because without you, we wouldn't have got anywhere near those numbers. So again, it's a massive thank you to you guys. You're the reason I now have a certificate that says Guinness World Record holder. Yeah, I'm going to attempt a couple. I've got a couple of others lined up for this year, so we'll give you more details on those. One of them's not quizzing related. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, right, let's hand back over to Jay from 2020 for the final 20 answers for the Foino. What is wrong with my accent today? Foino? Like a hybrid accent. Right, let's crack on. 20 answers to come. I'll see you after these.
So in the USA, it is known as an eggplant, but what is it called in the UK? It's an aubergine. Number 2, en croûte means what in French? It's pastry. There you go, live chat's back on. So en croûte means pastry, in pastry. Number 3, which sweet wanted us to taste the rainbow? It is Skittles. Number 4, which UK beer has blue 5-pointed star on its label? It is Nuki Brown, or Newcastle Brown Ale if you want the full name. Nuki Brown. Number 5, what is the main seasoning of goulash? It is paprika. I know there's others in there, but that is the main one. Number 6, what is the world's most manufactured drink? It's tea. Number 7, what are the 3 main ingredients you would need to make a mocha? So I said I'm mediating, you need all 3 if you want the point. It is espresso, but if you've put coffee, that's fine. Hot milk and chocolate. So espresso, coffee, hot, espresso, yeah, what it says. Number 8, how would you make the drink snakebite? Well, it's half lager and half cider. Number 9, what is unusual about a lawn sausage in Scotland? It is square. Square sausage. Very nice. And number 10, what does gin get its predominant flavour from? It's juniper berries. Round 5, your general knowledge. Number 1, what is the highest number used in standard Sudoku? It is 9. Number 2, where in the world would you expect to find a car with a vehicle registration code V? It stumped Jeremy Vine, but it's Vatican City. Number 3, the logo for which popular app consists of a white telephone in a white speech bubble on a green background? It is WhatsApp. Number 4, what was the name of the 4th book in the Harry Potter series? It was The Goblet of Fire, or Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire if you want to go specific. Number 5, moonshine was a slang term for what kind of beverage? So it's an alcohol. I know a lot of people might go, well, bourbon or whiskey is where it started, but it ended up being the slang term for alcohol. Number 6, who was the last UK act to win Eurovision? It was Katrina and the Waves back in 1997. Will we ever win again? I very much doubt it. Number 7, true or false, the Bahamas is made up of 700 individual islands? It's true. Number 8, the World Health Organization is based in which city? I've not put the answer on. I'm going to say Geneva on the top of my head, but let me just find my notes. There's 2 question slides I've messed up tonight. Where are we? Yeah, Geneva. I thought it was, just want to make sure. So the World Health Organization is based in Geneva. Blue Moon, Hopelessly Devoted to You and Summer Nights are in Greece. And finally, number 10. In the Bible, who built the ark? It was Noah.
So there you have it. That is all of your answers. How did you do? Any better than last time? Did you do any worse than last time? Did you not play it last time? You're playing this for the first time. Just let us know across our social channels how you got on today. And that is it for these pre-recorded look backs. It's not pre-recorded really, it's recorded, that's the word, for the recorded look backs over the last 3 years. The last 3 years have been incredible. It's been insane. You know, when this all took off, I genuinely thought it would be a one-off. I'll do it once and that'll be that. And at the end of that first quiz, I said, if you want me to carry on doing it, it's not like I've got anything better to do. Let me know. I've set up an official Facebook page now, and you know, that's still, I think there's still over 180 odd thousand people that, you know, follow the Facebook page. You know, 190 odd thousand subscribers here on YouTube, plus all the other socials. You know, and we're still here. You know, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I've no plans to. I'm still enjoying it a lot. You know, that's one of the questions I get asked a lot is, do you still enjoy doing this, or has it become a chore? And no, I do genuinely still enjoy doing it. Some little things have changed, little things have tweaked over the last 3 years, but we're still here. You know, and a friend of mine posed me the question, do you actually realize what you've done? And the answer to that is still no. But having read some of the comments over this week while I've been putting these together, I realized that the impact it's had on a lot of you back home. So thank you very much. And yeah, it is me. I am the face of it, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes who have helped and make this all possible. And it wouldn't have been possible without you. You know, you guys playing along is what makes it special. So thank you very much for 3 years of incredible quizzing, and here is to another year and another 2 years. And as I said, and I've not said this for a while, but I will keep doing this until there is only one person watching, and it will probably be my mum. And every time I say that, I get so many people say, nope, I'll be the last one watching. So if we're never going to get down to only one person watching, I'm afraid you're stuck with me for quite a while yet. That is it from me. There is still to come 2 live quizzes, one on Saturday as usual, and then a special short quiz on Sunday on the actual day of the anniversary, both live in YouTube for you to come along and celebrate. So thank you very much for 3 years. Here's to whatever comes next. As always from me, I'll see you soon. There we go. Take care and stay safe.